because of situations like this, if I have a child, when I have a child, I'm never sending my child to daycare. I know where I would be sending my child, and it would not be to daycare. I know some people that would be perfectly fine with being my daycare. This situation is absolutely disgusting. I see stuff like this happen all the time. All the time. Usually just happens in small towns, but this is bad. All right, tell us about it, Quartering.
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and this is a story that will almost certainly not put you in an awesome mood.
I already wasn't in too awesome a mood. And I haven't been for a little while because of payment processors, but that has nothing to do with this situation.
But it's, of course, a story that isn't being covered very well anyway. And it's a tale of a bigger issue with the daycare industry. I have family that
yeah, daycare industry is fucking bad, and it's not being regulated properly, not being vetted properly. Pretty much any random jackass is able to run a daycare fucking program.
Works in daycares, and the stories I hear are just absolutely horrifying. The fact of the matter is, though,
usually neglect and bad decisions, or, you know, the decisions that are being made that the parents told them not to do, and then they're like, I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm gonna do what I want. The parents aren't here, and I think that my decision making is better than theirs.
The way things are out there, it's hard to not put your kid in daycare. Sometimes you got to go back to work to pay the bills. I just wish there was more, oversight into these daycares, because they seem to hire some truly terrible people. And this one may.
Yeah, but here's the problem. When you don't got enough people that's wanting to do it, then you kind of got to just let whoever wants to do it, do it.
Be one of the worst. A daycare worker was, of course, caught and then immediately released after doing this to a toddler.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Why? Why? Why?
Now,
who does this?
I'm calling on everyone to leave a like on the video if you want them locked back up without bail.
Like, I wouldn't even hit a kid for any reason. Harm a kid for any reason, even as a punishment. Like a little swat on the ass, sure. But that's just not the way to do it. I see the way my roommate punishes his children, and I'm like, this is how it's supposed to be fucking done. You correct it. You correct the behavior rather than beating your kid, telling them not to do it.
There's a lot to the story we're going to go through. By the way, big push here in August.
And why was it even a punishment, or did she just feel like doing it?
August.
It was probably the latter. She probably felt like doing it.
If you enjoy my content, if you're a member on YouTube or you're already supporting one, check that out and join today. And get in the members Discord, because I'm in there every single day during the week anyway. Daycare worker arrested after a toddler was left with a black eye and swollen face after the first day at a church-run daycare.
A church-run daycare?
A daycare work.
Wow. So that sucks, because whoever sent their kid there and this happened to their kid, they're going to have church hurt forever because of something that one person did.
Got locked up, authorities said, as a father of a toddler under her care shared heartbreaking pictures of the boy. Now, by the way, if anyone can put me in touch with the parents, or, I would absolutely love to organize or contribute to, if it hasn't existed yet, a Give, Send, Go to send this kid to Disneyland. I would personally happily do it. If there's not one already. If there's one, I'm happy to contribute to it. If there's not one, let's send this kid to Disneyland. A daycare worker in Georgia, Yvette Thurston, faces 3 counts of pummeling this little guy. Was taken into custody Monday following a report of the alleged incident, in which, of course, the police saw the video footage of it happening.
You know what I think her punishment should be? I think it should be 10 years in prison, straight up. That's it. No time out. Just 10 years straight up, and she gets beat the same way she beat this child.
Weeks' posts included brutal pictures of Clay's badly battered face, including a black eye, swelling to his right cheek, and multiple cuts, which I assume is from rings. I don't know. This is every parent's worst nightmare, and we had to live it and are still living it, he wrote on social media, describing how Clay and his older brother Wyatt had started the daycare.
Man, I couldn't imagine treating a dog that way, let alone a child.
Facility on that day. We were told another child in Clay's class, so they lied. We were told another child in Clay's class did this type of damage with a plastic toy, so they tried to cover it up. He said, before adding that he eventually tracked down video surveillance footage of the incident that showed the 54-year-old bohemian.
Imagine if that footage didn't exist. They still would have gone on thinking that a kid did this.
Woman attacking his son. So the daycare lied. I didn't even know that.
That's
fucking
why, like, crazy. Like, they tried to cover this shit up.
I always try to react to these stories, in real time. Just because, I want my actual reaction to be, I didn't know they tried to cover it up.
That's fucking insane. Yeah, I could definitely see it, though.
Nothing we saw was for the faint of heart, especially happening to such an innocent soul.
Yeah, anybody that was involved in covering this up should get the same punishment as the person who did it.
Well, I mean,
because they basically did it too. They allowed it to happen, and then they tried to cover it up, so they get the same punishment, in my opinion.
A toddler. A flippin' toddler. The severity of these...
I don't even care that it was a toddler. Don't do it to anybody. If this was anybody...
acts on her son has everyone confident that this was not her first time. We trusted this facility to care for our kids on their first day, and that trust was violated. There will be more coming from...
Yeah, that trust was violated. Now they'll never trust anybody, and that fucking sucks.
This, as we will make sure nothing is swept under the rug. Clay rushed to the Memorial Hospital and Manor where his injuries were treated. Specific details about the case or allegations were not immediately released, but Decatur County, Illinois, investigators confirmed that they also viewed the surveillance footage from that day and that it contributed to the investigation. Look at that. That is not a plastic toy.
Fuck, man.
It is our understanding the employee has been terminated. A spokesperson of the Georgia Department of Early Care Learning told the Post.
Yeah, she needs to be terminated, all right, but not from employment. Well, definitely from employment, but I think they need to go to the next level. People like this need to be actually terminated.
Investigation is still in the early stages. Decal will continue to work closely with law enforcement. Are you joking? When I was growing up, I've got a statement from their family here. When I was growing up, my parents worked separate shifts so that we didn't have to go to daycare. I know that not everyone is able to do that, and I would never daycare shame people. I worked with a girl who basically netted out like $500 every 2 weeks after daycare, but that extra $500, paid for the groceries, so I understand sometimes daycare is a thing that you have to do. This is just obviously the worst of it. I'm sure there's great, good stories about daycare and, good daycares for kids, things like that. But here's their statement.
Yeah, you can't just leave your kids at any old daycare, especially if you don't know anything about the people there. You don't know anything about the program. Like, you just can't do that. Like, you got to do your research, man.
I would like to inform everyone that knows us what happened on Monday to our family. I know things have already been passed around, but we have not publicly said anything until now because we have been busy with making the rounds with necessary entities to help aid us in making sure accountability and justice will be brought to all responsible for this horrific tragedy. This was a tragic event that occurred to an innocent child. Now, I will reach out to Corey Weeks. I'm sure he's dealing with that, but I want to send his kid to Disneyland. So hopefully, Corey, if you see this, or if somebody who knows them, he can email me. Let's set it up. Monday was day one of our two boys, Wyatt, who is 3, and Clay, who is just 1 year old, attending Little Blessings, a church childcare facility. I will not go into details regarding the incidents at this point. Instead, I will allow the picture of our baby boy do the talking. Again, this was his first day. This is every parent's worst nightmare.
First day.
We have to...
She didn't even know this kid. What happened? What did this kid do to deserve this? What did this kid do anyway? What sparked this?
Live it, and we are
really
still
like to
living
know, because there's nothing that a child could do in any realm of possibility where the child deserves this kind of treatment.
Questioning the incident was an inconvenience for the person in custody
Yeah,
for
you
the
don't
horrible
say.
act she did. And also the pastor, while watching the video footage, hold on. I wanted to see this. Where is that? Oh, and also the pastor, while we were watching the footage, why can't I see, where am I missing this? Monday was day one. Again, occurred to this. Thank you all. The care and response that was received by BPS initially was amazing and very carefully done. I believe the process was taken to ensure the right steps were done, taken to ensure justice was served and done in a professional manner. The ER staff at the Memorial Hospital and Manor are responding. EMTs were extremely supportive and made sure that Clay received the best care while they were there. They were compassionate about the care of our baby boy and made sure to go out of the way to make sure certain steps were completed, not only to help provide evidence of the damage done, but also to make Clay feel safe after such a traumatic day. This is only the beginning for us as parents. We will make sure justice is served wherever necessary. The severity of these acts of attacks to our son has everyone confident that this was not her first time. We trust that facility. So I'm trying to look for, I'm trying to see here. If I can't find, I'm going to try to find a Give, Send, Go and, or make one if they haven't yet. Just, we don't need to raise $1 million for the kid, but maybe we'll send him on vacation, or something like that. Here's Yvette, who's 50 years old and thought she needed to do that to a 3-year-old.
50 years old.
This is actually crazy, and it gets
Yeah, I wonder how many kids she's done this to and nothing's happened.
worse, by the way.
And they just lied about.
Because she was out
What an evil fucking bitch.
on bond. If this were my child, she would never be released on bond because I would find her. I mean, this is crazy.
Weeks. His father, Corey, says this happened on Clay's first day. Bainbridge Public Safety says...
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky these were decent people and they went to the police. Because a lot of people that I know, if this would have happened to their child, you would not be living and they would probably put themselves in prison and they would not give a fuck.
They were called to the facility Monday
They'd feel good about it, probably.
7 p.m.
Especially my roommate. My roommate has already been to prison for a few years and he's like, I don't care. I will go back for something like this. He's already stated it many times.
BPS has not released any details about what happened, but says officers were able to watch video surveillance of the incident. Thurston has bonded out of the Decatur County Jail and was ordered to have no contact with anyone under 18 or the Weeks family. Well,
it seems really unlikely that was the first time. And by the way, the only people who are covering this is the New York Post. How can this be? Why did the dad have to do the job of eventually tracking down the video surveillance after the incident that was showing Thurston attacking his son? I can't imagine daycare hasn't been shut down. This is crazy. This is a crazy story.
Yeah, how's it still able to operate?
I guess I'll reach out to them. I'm sure someone who sees this video is going to know them. I'd love to send the family. I'd love to send the family on a nice, Florida vacation to Disneyland. We can make that happen. I'll try to reach out. Let me see here if he's actually, while we're looking, I'll just see if he's, let me see if he's public. Because if he's public, I'll reach out to him. And like I said, we don't need to raise we don't need to send the kid to college or anything, but
that'd be cool.
I think, it'd probably be, let's see, they're probably not. Oh, I got him. Okay. Let's see if he's set anything up. So this is public, so I'm not trying to put anyone out on blast or anything. I wanted to make sure it was public. My wife and I would like to thank everyone for spread the word about what happened to our family. We're overwhelmed with the pure support and love. We're staying active to make sure accountability is in there. I'm aware that the woman that did this is no longer behind bars. Honestly, I was told this would likely happen because this is how our justice system works. Of course, my wife and I do not agree with this, but we don't get to ultimately make that decision. It's important that we allow the investigation and legal system to complete thoroughly. We plan on keeping everyone updated.
You want to know what I think is going to happen with this situation? I think nothing. I think nothing's going to happen. I think the whole thing's going to be dropped. What do you think? What do you think? It's funny, the media's not covering this either. I had to see this, a couple of YouTubers that I watched covered this situation. No media. Probably because the lady's black.
Well, this is a guy that donated to veterans too. Dang, this is a good dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to send this family to Florida. Let me try to reach out. He was a former Marine. He was a gunnery sergeant in the United States Marine. Dang. Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, I don't think I can't add them, so I don't know. I would like to send your family on a Disney vacation when this is all over. I have nearly 2 million subscribers who would love to do that for you. Please contact me when things calm down. What do we think we'll probably need to raise? Like 10 grand? That wouldn't be so bad. I'll just put the quartering at Gmail. Boom. There we go. Put it out there for the world to see. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. And I hope this woman goes to jail for a long time, but it's Chicago, so I doubt it. I hope you're informed by this video. If you did enjoy it or were informed by it, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
I hope this this situation comes across my radar again whenever something happens or doesn't happen. I'd like to cover this situation again because it's fucked up, man. And this lady needs to be in jail for a very, very long time. Nothing's gonna happen, though. Nothing's gonna happen. Never does in Chicago. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications.